Hello, good morning, and welcome to Munich, Germany. We are here with the Volkswagen ID.3. Now, in this video, we are going on our first electric Euro road trip. Let me jump in the car with Tijmen, and I will explain. Morning, Tijmen. How are you doing?
Tired.
Yeah, we've been going crazy here. It's our third day, well, second full day in Europe. We landed in Munich. We collected the Volkswagen ID.3. That video is on Inside EVs US. We did a charging test with this yesterday, but this is not the star of today's video. We were just outside of our apartment. We're actually going down the street to Inside EVs and Motor One's headquarters here in Germany. They've been kind enough to let us use their parking lot to stage all of the cars that we'll be testing. And we have ID.3, Mokka-e, Honda E, and some other spicy things that we won't tell you about quite yet. But today we're going on a road trip to Austria, to Graz. You've never been to Austria, have you?
Nope.
And so this should be quite exciting. It says no U-turn. I would kind of do a U-turn there. Not our country. Anyway, Tijmen is Dutch, so he doesn't even have a US passport, but he's never been outside of the Netherlands. So we're going to do a lot of exploring this trip. We're here for almost a month. You would have known this if you watch any of our other channels, namely Out of Spec Reviews and Inside EVs are the two that we're posting on for the most part. Us two, we are, again, basing ourselves out of Munich, and then we'll be in Oslo for a little bit. But today, we are taking the Opel Mokka-e on a road trip to Graz, Austria. It's going to be about 500, 600 miles, and we're going for a conference. That's why we're wearing nicer shirts, and I don't know how we're going to be able to charge it. We've had such an issue. I'll explain on the road. Let's go down the street a little bit, go collect the Mokka-e, jump in. We're a little bit late, hit the highway. It's 7 o'clock in the morning right now, and head off to Graz, Austria. Welcome to our little garage where we're going to be staging ourselves. You can see the Mokka-e, I think it's Mokka-e, but I keep wanting to call it Mokka-e. Electric car right there. It's charged up pretty high. We collected it from downtown Munich yesterday. We have it for about 10 days. We have this for a month. So many cool cars coming for sure. This little Suzuki Swift we're going to spend some time with as well. That's our friends at Motor One's long-termer. And so let's jump in the Mokka-e program in Austria. I'm guessing the nav is not going to add charging stops. I think it's about a 50 or 55 kilowatt hour battery pack, front wheel drive, pretty quick, very soft and squishy. I don't really know much about it. We'll learn about it on the way. We just collected it today. We got a motor on down the road. I hear it should do more than 100 kilowatt charging. We have not logged the charging curve. This ID.3 did 132 kilowatt charging the other day, which was impressive considering this is the middle 62 kilowatt hour pack, not the big one we get in the US. So that definitely has all the new model year 22 updates, which is pretty interesting. Great car, love the ID.3, wish it came to the US. For now, we're gonna load up and head out. Here it is, the Mokka-e. This thing looks pretty cool, especially in green. Good size. Pretty crisp lines, gotta say. I hate the word crisp lines, that saying, but it's got it. Thank you, sir. Let's just plug in Graz and head off. So we're gonna plug in G-R-A, that's a Z, G-R-A-Z, and see if it comes up with anything. Graz, there we go, 302 kilometers as the crow flies. How do we turn this fan down a little bit? There we go. Search. Let's just go there. City center, perhaps? What? Graz? I've already put it in. A-U-S-T-R-I-A. Austria. That one. What?
Street.
Navigation is an electric assistance. Oh yeah, maybe it just wanted a street. Okay, calculating. Will it add chargers, Tijmen? What do you think?
No.
You don't think so?
No.
Okay, it looks like it has it mapped for us. It did not ask to add any chargers, and I don't believe it did so. It looks like it wants to take the route that goes this way. which is fine. There's chargers along pretty much any route. We don't even have to worry about it until we start to get low. I hope that's the adventure we're going with. Into drive, into B mode. Let's put it into eco mode. We have 90% state of charge, 294 kilometers projected range. Wait, it said some message over here when I put it in eco mode. Don't remember what it says, but it has lane centering, so that'll be great to use on the highway. Adaptive cruise control. And for the most part, I think we can reset our trip computer stuff, statistics here. Trip, reset. I don't know. Well, doesn't really matter. Let's just hit the road.
Turn right.
Merging up on some of the quicker roads now. Gotta say, this car feels like it's the right size, but I'm not so sure it feels very quality. The materials are kind of weird. It feels very GM. Take a look at all these switch controls. Doesn't that look like it's straight out of the Bolt? All these as well. So not sure how much technology is shared there for this particular platform, but certainly seems like some. Looks like we have 243 miles to go according to the Apple CarPlay system. We will figure out charging along the way. See, one of the things about charging that we figured out during our time, spending with the ID3 is it's actually pretty difficult to sort out charging as an American in Europe. Not because we're less capable, at least maybe we are, but I can't actually download any of the German apps on my American App Store. And so this led to a big problem of us not being able to activate any charger at all. And obviously the car companies didn't give us the charging cards naturally, so we were just kind of left high and dry. We contacted a couple charging companies and they said just use our app, but it's not available in the US App Store. And my phone wouldn't let me transfer our country due to some subscriptions that I have, and it just wasn't possible. So we had two options. One was we got an extra phone that we can then put in the German App Store. Let's try adaptive cruise control. That's limiter. This is limiter active, limiter paused. This one, I don't know, heated steering wheel set, cruise active, and lane centering on. Nice. Yeah, so then we also contacted our friends at Motorsport Network, whose garage we're using, and they gave us a plug surfing card, and this is the jam. The problem is we can't use the plug surfing app on the American App Store, but we just take our plug surfing card, tap it to, I think, just about any charger, and then it starts to charge. At least that's been our experience so far, and we've had no charger activation issues. It's been just roll up, tap, plug in, seamless, the best. So once you get the card, you're good to go, at least based off of yesterday's experience. We'll see how well that works today. I do have the card. I made sure, of course. Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to go more than 292 kilometers, allegedly. Looks like we need to take this exit up here, so a little bit of maneuvering is going to have to be necessary. Take a look out the front here. You can see that's a testing vehicle for BMW going by on the left. You can see all the sensors all over it. I love being here. Obviously, being in Munich is BMW's home territory, so you see all the BMW test cars. Let's see how well this handles. Not amazing. All right, well, we'll catch you on the road. We'll meet you at the first charging stop. Essentially, we are not using a better route planner. We're not using anything like that. That's too easy. That's cheating. We're going to figure this out the legit out-of-spec way. We'll use PlugShare. We'll find the DC fast chargers along the route once we start to get low. I have no idea what the efficiency will be. I have no idea even how to reset the gauges. And we'll just go from there. See how this trip unfolds. Should be interesting. De-restricted speed limit. Let's just see what the top speed is, shall we? Foot past the kickdown switch. It's pulling pretty hard. It's not slow. I mean, we just got it up to 122 Ks there pretty quickly, and there's just traffic. So when we do a top speed run, we'll let you know. All right, we're gonna film a little top speed. I haven't tried it out, so we're gonna go into sport mode just in case that makes a difference, and we're gonna go past the kickdown switch, hard on the throttle now. You can see we have the de-restricted sign here on the dash. We're at 140. The ID3 is faster on the top end, no question. Oh my goodness, not very fast at all. Only 152. That's like 95 miles an hour, something like this, right around there. That's not good. But look at this. We can just pass trucks and rip as quickly as we want to go. That is the best. Model X supercharging over here with the tow hitch. Gotta love it. We have our CCS connection. Now we have 56% state of charge, but this is my first time ever charging the Mokka-e. And what I want to do is see if this will work. So I'm presenting my card. It says checking the card. I hope it works. Fast E. It says choose your energy. CCS. This is looking good. Plug the cable. Okay, thank you for being in English. Here's the CCS. There's no like little latch like we have on J1772 or CCS Type 1, I should say. Plugged in. Things are green. Let's see what the charger says. Oh, things are clicking. It says connecting. How about this? This is good. This is going to be a good trip. Connecting and yeah, charging. Simple as that. You just need your plug surfing card. Seriously, if you're ever coming to Europe as an American, you need the physical card. My phone won't even load data right now. It's just a disaster in terms of connectivity. Here's the Mokka-e charging up. Man, this is a great little looking car. And man, does it cruise. I've just been driving 120 kilometers per hour. I figured that was a good balance between speed and efficiency, I hope. Averaging just about 200 watt-hour per kilometer, which is higher than I was expecting, but I guess it's cold outside and things are having to get warm. So this doesn't tell me how quickly we're charging, just that we're charging. Let's take a look in the car and see the charging screens, if any. So it does have some. It says charge of 300 kilometers per hour. That's a dumb measurement. How many kilowatts are we getting? Car on. Foot on brake, press start. There we go. Starting's not possible because we're connected. Okay, so how do we see how fast we're charging? Maybe under the energy one? Flow? Normal? Statistics? Nothing? This is quite weird. May have to play around with this a little bit more, but either way, at least it is charging. I just don't know how quickly. 300 kilometers per hour seems not amazing. That's, I guess, not terrible. Still pretty fast. A Lego. So how do I get that screen back up? I guess I just, I have to present the card again. Presenting the card. There we go. Nice. Well, stop. I don't know what this does. Maybe adds another one. I guess we'll charge it up to, it's going pretty quick. Charge it up to 80% and then head off to the next one. We haven't done a charging curve log, so I have no idea how quickly we're charging, but I'm gonna run inside, get a little snack here at the store, charge it up to 80, and then we'll be off on our normal out-of-spec road tripping. We are now just about charged up to 80% state of charge. It locks and unlocks as I come closer. Now Opel says, actually Vauxhall, because it's the same company, same car, just badged differently for different markets. They say it's a 100 kilowatt peak charge rate, and it will do 10 to 80% in 30 minutes, which doesn't seem bad. They estimate about 45 kilowatt hours usable. So is this the ultimate road tripper? No. I love all the Euro trucks too. They're just so cool. But it does a pretty good job, I'd say. We're at 80%. Let's hit stop on the charger. I've, of course, presented my card. That should unlock the charging cable. I just pull it out, yes. And that's because there's no lock, like little pin like we have. This is really, really kind of cool. We'll put the little DC pin back in, hit the road, and now that we know we can charge, we'll get a little bit more aggressive. Just a quick break from the main video to let you know about the new Out of Spec podcast. This is a brand new podcast that we started a few weeks ago. We haven't really told anyone about it, but there's a YouTube channel called Out of Spec Podcast. It'll be linked in the description and in the pinned comment, where you can go and listen to some of the Out of Spec team top cars, and I try and get on there when possible. It's an absolute blast, great show, but if you're interested in cars, you're absolutely gonna love it. We have arrived here in the mountains with 14% remaining. We've driven 222 kilometers and we've gotten about 176 watt hour per kilometer. Power button off. There's an e-tron charging here, so I know we should be able to get this to charge. Let's see if we tap our normal card to see if it activates. So it asked me to plug in the car first. I did that. I selected CCS here on the screen. I tapped our card and then it says okay, and then start RFID card. Oh no, I just did this. Yeah, it says that's not gonna work. So plug surfing, I guess, does not work here in Austria. We'll figure something else out. And we are charging. I had to give the guy in the e-tron 50 euros to activate our charger. And I mean, he just like took it and ran. I'm like, there's no way our bill's gonna be 50 euros, but whatever. In the US, someone would have just said, go for it. Maybe here too, maybe we just, nice guy, whatever. It was all good. Charging this thing up, it says it's about an hour and 15 minutes to full from when we plugged in. That's because this is only a 50 kilowatt charger. Very rare to find 100 plus kilowatt charging, not on, you know, sort of main corridors. And going this way is a little bit of a odd route that we're heading over to Graz. So by the time we finish up a full charge, we'll make it into the city. We'll try and charge while we're at the conference, and then maybe we can stretch it back to Germany to get back to Munich. I don't know. We'll see. It's an adventure. That's what I love, is just meeting people. The guy with the e-tron barely spoke any English. It's just the best thing ever. I absolutely love it. We're meeting people. We're getting cool cars and cool experiences that we'll never forget. And we're charging, so this is not a total disaster. We got some sandwiches with some meat on it. I don't know, the guy really didn't speak much English. How is it, Tijmen?
Good. I know in Dutch it's called leverworst, but I don't know what that translates to English.
Okay, thank you for the info. We got some Red Bulls. I'm glad that's a thing in Europe.
Amen, brother.
That's right. And we're just charging up. I'm so happy that guy with the e-tron was here. If he wasn't here, honestly, I don't think we would have been able to figure it out. And we have friends that we could call, but they didn't answer. So, oh well. Let's charge it up to at least 90%, I think. This is an extra phone that we brought along. I've just created an Apple account in German using our Airbnb address, my friend's phone number, and I forced it to somehow not accept a credit card. We then were able to download Plug Surfing, which then I had to create an account for, again, using fake information. And now we can see everywhere our card is accepted, which is not here, obviously. So these are all the DC chargers. We're going to be heading down this way over to Graz. So there's a couple DC fast chargers we can tap our card with, apparently. Not doing a good job loading. Here we go. Combo. That's all we need. Now we know where we can charge. It's going to cost an arm and a leg, but we can at least get around knowing where we can plug in with our Plug Surfing card, which solves all the issues. I just think we have to rely on Plug Surfing for our Europe trip because all the other apps require a German address, a German credit card, a German phone number. And while we could maybe set up a bank account somewhere and do all this, I'd rather just stick to Plug Surfing. And we are just finishing up our conference here in Graz, Austria. Absolutely beautiful house here. It's called the Soap Factory. In German, it sounds a lot more exciting. Anyway, it's all about virtual vehicle development. My friend Christoph, who was head of virtual development at Porsche, invited us over. He dragged me up on stage for some silly reason. So we were up here and yeah, pretty amazing, cool event. Lots of focus on autonomous and interesting things. These are our friends over here at ASR. They make a simulator that is a really cool idea. Essentially what this does is replaces the need for a lot of mid-level engineers, things like this, to go to a massive simulator. So in, let's say, Porsche Engineering or Mercedes or one of these, it sometimes takes months to get an appointment in a simulator to test everything you've been working on. Here, though, you could just put this next to your desk, for example, and you can test things And it doesn't necessarily replace the need for the massive, multi-million-dollar simulators, but this will give you a really good impression as to what you're working on for the vehicle design and engineering of your requirement. For example, if you're testing brake pedal regen tuning in whatever car is coming up, you can play around with the blending point between friction brakes and regen, and you can experience all that here. The level of technical capacity is very high. It's on moving arms as well, so it will vibrate, it will tilt, it will move forward and back based on acceleration and braking. Really gives you a very cool real life feel. I just spent, I don't know, maybe 20-30 minutes driving around in it. Really a great experience. So it was fun to play around on the simulator. Hopefully we'll see this some more during our trip. We might make a whole video on this. But from now, we are going to head out of Graz and back into Munich in the Mokka-e. It's a beautiful day outside, something like, I don't know, maybe 75, 78 degrees, sunny. You can see here a Renault Espace. Just the craziest cars that we don't get in the US. And this beautiful old building, soap factory, that's used as a conference center. And it was really cool to get up there and say some things. I didn't even know I was going up there. After a great time at the Symposium, I guess is what it's going to be called. It's virtual vehicle development, something like this. I don't really know the exact name. We're jumping in the Mokka-e, the Mokka-e. I think we have 10% left. Tijmen, do you actually know how much is left?
13%, I think.
13%. We are just on the outskirts of the city center of Graz. Beautiful city, really cool. We have the green car with the green paint. Nice Audi e-tron 55, big battery, the one we get in the US. But look, it's got the electric mirrors or so. Tijmen's gonna inch up as far as he possibly can here so we can get this charger there to reach this port here. And I'll help you up front, Tijmen. And then we'll hopefully get it to work. Come on up forwards. You got like 1.5 feet, 2 feet. Yeah, keep coming, keep coming. Keep coming. Keep coming. Yeah, good pace. And a little more. And perfect. That should reach now. Okay, opening up the CCS port. We're gonna tap the screen. It says e-tron CCS. e-tron's only charging on type 2. That's great. That leaves the CCS open for us. I've presented the card. It says CCS. Hopefully this will work. We've plugged in English. It says vehicle detected. Please wait. Oh, haha, that's all you need. You just got to use the Plug Surfing app. And this is like easier than the US once you have this. You just need to know which cards go in. So I guess my suggestion would be, if you come here, figure out whatever card activates the most amount of chargers and pick that one, or maybe pick the top two. Either way, this is working pretty well for us. We just got stuck at that one charger that I read online this does work at, but it apparently doesn't. So now we're charging at 44 kilowatts, 46 kilowatts. What does it say here on the screen? 26% state of charge. We're doing 70 kilowatts. Oh, this is charging quick. 81 kilowatts. On a 45 kilowatt hour usable pack, about 50 installed. 81 kilowatts. Not amazing, but in 30-40 minutes or so, this thing will be full, ready for us to go back. We are now charged up to about 96%. Tijmen's actually sleeping. He's fallen asleep in the car waiting. I kind of didn't want to wake him up, but now we're charging a little bit too slow. We're going to go to Salzburg as our next stop. There's two different routes. We can go the way we came in, or we can take the southern route. It's a little bit longer, but still only 255 kilometers, more of back roads, sort of stuff that I'm interested in. So this should be able to do 255 kilometers. I think it's rated 201 miles in the WLTP cycle, so that's about 150, 180 miles EPA. I don't know, it's not much range, but it's plenty. There's tons of chargers along the route that we can use with our Plug Surfing card, so I think it's not worth waiting here to charge to full. We'll leave here at 97%, unplug, I'll drive, I'll let Tijmen sleep, and then we'll be off on some beautiful scenery. Enjoy the footage. Maybe we'll stop along the way, but either way, it's gonna be a cool drive with the sunset. You can see here, yeah, we've tapered down to 11 kilowatts at 97%, which is not bad for this small of a pack. 41 minutes to bring us up here, really not terrible. I got a little bit of work done, caught up on everything, and now it's time to rip this thing. So to stop charging, we click stop. That should unlock the handle. Again, no latch unlock, so I just pull it right out. That is so nice. And then we put this here. This is why on many European EVs, when you want to unplug the charger, they either have the little unlock button, or in some of them, you have to physically pull out the key for the vehicle and click unlock. Very similar to like ID4. This is just leftover programming for Euro spec. For US cars, we should utilize the plug more. This says it still thinks we're charging. I've already hit stop. I don't know. We're gonna leave. Let's do it. Welcome to a town called Bad Ischl. We're just pulling in here. Again, we took the back roads over towards Salzburg, so let's get this thing charging. We're here at a 50 kilowatt charger. Hopefully it should work. We're gonna open up the charging port and pull the CCS pin out. Let's see how well this works. It says vehicle loading, I think, Volle loading. Maybe Volle doesn't mean vehicle. I'm trying to look for my charge card in my pocket. I have it right here, plug surfing. We're gonna tap, checking ID. We want CCS, this is so easy. 75 kilowatt, thought it was 50. We'll take 75, that sounds great. And we will take this. Now the original plan was we were gonna go all the way to Salzburg, but this is so inefficient at speed, and we did quite a bit of motorway leaving, we actually didn't have enough range. Here we go. It just shut the vehicle off. I guess there is a charge port light, but Tijmen didn't shut the car off. Plugging it in did that. You could hear the parking brake kick on. That's normal. Plugging in, and there's just one little 50 kilowatt with a level 2 station next to it. I think it's very important to have, if you're only going to put one DC station in, put a level 2 next to it. So things are clicking. Hopefully that means good stuff. I have no idea what state of charge we're at. I was actually taking a bit of a nap. 24% state of charge, hypercharging. Hopefully we see some things come on over here, but it's delivering power and it looks pretty quick, so we'll take it. Awesome, gotta love it. Beautiful town. I think it's a ski town. I don't even know. We're up in the mountains. Crisp air, cool. It's awesome. Doesn't get better. We're exploring a little bit of the town. We've come across this information board. It says lakes. Oh wow, yeah, lots of things. Roads, that looks good. And yeah, neato. It's just like a whole bunch of pamphlets. Really nice little town. Rocking the Tiguan, jamming. Pizza. What? This must be a little bit of the town square, I'm guessing. Shops. There's a Mini driving up here. Very cool. Tijmen, have you ever heard of the Catwalk store? Nope. Interesting. Cool place. The Mini's just driving down the sidewalk. I don't know what's going on. So it just looks like a nice little downtown shopping center. We really are the only ones here, genuinely. Oh, there's someone all the way down there. I don't know how much we need to charge for, but I don't know. Everything looks closed to me. Love the first gen Cayenne ripping through. That's awesome. We could make it all the way back to our hotel, or I should say our apartment, with the charge remaining. We're at 83%, just arriving back from exploring around the town. A little 27-minute walk or so. Let me present the card. Let's hit stop charging. But I think we're gonna stop. There's a place just off of the autobahn outside of Munich that has 350 kilowatt charging. I don't believe it's Ionity. If it is, that's fine, we'll take it. Doesn't matter to me. And we just need to charge up, and that way we don't just arrive in the city with no home charging dead. We will charge up on the way in, so we have some driving around range in this car when we choose to do comparison testing with it. I don't think we'll drive it around every day. I like the ID3 for that. So let's start this thing up. I'll take on this leg and we'll hit some autobahns and do some top speed driving once we cross over into Germany. Welcome to top speed in the Mokka-e. It only does 154 kilometers, so that's what, 93, 94 miles an hour, something like this. And it feels pretty, I mean, not unstable at these speeds. Take a look ahead, we're getting cars out of the way. I mean, we're definitely motoring pretty good, but I would say the ID3 at a 10 kph higher top speed definitely feels a little bit more stable. And part of that is because this is a little bit higher off the ground, but it just feels a little squishy, I would say. But not bad. You could definitely sit at top speed. The motor doesn't seem to be throttling. It's holding us there. It's just chugging the electricity. We just went from 50% to 33% in less than, I don't know, 10 kilometers. Just killed our efficiency there. But that's sort of the thing. We have a high-powered charging station, 350 kilowatts. Granted, we can only take 115 kilometers. We have 32% state of charge, so we should be able to make it no problem. And yeah, just a quiet night out here on the highways. Really wish we had a car that did 170 miles an hour. Do some shredding. That time will come, and maybe we'll do a road trip in that car. Porsche Taycan Turbo S Cross Turismo, coming to a channel sometime soon near you, allegedly. And just sitting here with my foot pegged to the floor in the Mokka-e, following an Audi A8 sedan. After ripping at top speed down the motorways, we have, what do you think we have left in this thing, Tijmen? 20%, something like that?
Yeah.
I think roughly around 20% state of charge. Ah, that thing is so cool. Man, I'm just like enamored with all of the cars that we don't get here. Anyway, let's get this thing charging. We're at an Allego station, which is the same station I just did a 0 to 100% DC fast charging test of with the ID3. Let's see, it says start and stop. Where do I tap my card? That's the big question. Maybe on this side? No, I see no. Spreche English. Thank you. It says swipe your access card against the screen. Oh, how about that? I would have never known that because I don't understand German. And I like this too. It says based off of your battery pack voltage gives you your max charging speed. For example, 800 volts Taycan Lucid 350 kilowatts, 400 volt only 200 kilowatts, and that is just because chargers work off of an amperage limit, not a total power limit, so they pretty much just match pack voltage. Plug in, instantly start charging, charge session initiated. And there we go. I love this. Things are just working over here. Once you have your charge card, way more than the US, every single time, at least in the last 3 days that I've rolled up to a charger, whoa, things have just worked instantly. There's a Burger King just on the other side of this Shell station. There's a supercharger over there. I gotta say, I am just loving this. Now, I think our plan is to do a pretty deep charge of this thing and let this thing charge up pretty far, maybe to 85-90%. And that way, because we have no home charging at our Airbnb in Munich, we can at least leave this with a good state of charge by the time we get back, and we don't have to go immediately find a charging station for it. So that'll be pretty good. Take a look at this information here. We'll let it load up. 102 kilowatts. Oh yeah, I love all the info. Pretty high pack voltage too, 410 volts, considering it's, again, at low state of charge, 26% state of charge. That is seriously impressive. And there you guys have it, our first Euro road trip in the Mokka-e. What a blast. Obviously you can see I'm back home, but I want to tell you what we have coming up over the next month of road trips. Just the most insane stuff. We take a Taycan Cross Turismo, not this one, on a road trip across Europe. We take a Tesla Model Y on a road trip all the way around the fat section of Norway. We take the Volkswagen ID3 on a trip. Man, insane trips. I can't wait to share them with you. And of course, we still have plenty of other videos in the queue, and we are constantly shooting more. We're working on getting our upload schedule going better for Out of Spec Motoring. We appreciate you guys sticking with us on this channel over the last 3 years almost, has it been? And of course, we have multiple new channels that are coming up. One that I think you should check out if you like the electric car stuff is Out of Spec Reviews. We have daily video uploads on car reviews, mostly electric focused, but some combustion cars as well. And overall, we're just having a blast shredding. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the Mokka-e trip. What an awesome experience, and plenty more coming up soon.